Picture this. You clone a new repository, open a Python file, and the indentation is completely wrong. Tabs render as 8 spaces, your code looks chaotic, and you have no idea why. Meanwhile, your coworker opens the same file and sees clean, perfectly aligned 4-space indents. The difference? Vim Modelines, special comments embedded inside the file itself that tell your editor exactly how to behave. Modelines are special comments placed near the top or bottom of a file, within the first or last Modelines lines, which defaults to 5. Vim automatically scans these lines when you open the file, and applies the settings embedded inside. The beauty is that the comment uses whatever syntax that language already understands. A hash for Python, double slashes for C, or a double quote for Vim script itself. Let's break down the exact format. A modeline must start with your language's comment opener, followed by optional whitespace, then the keyword Vim, or X, then a colon-separated list of option value pairs, and finally the line must end. Each pair can be option equals value. No option to disable something or just option to toggle it on. Vim parses this line from left to right, applying each setting as it goes. Here's a critical detail. Modelines use setlocal semantics by default, not plain set. The set command changes both the window local and global value, meaning it persists after you close the file. Setlocal only affects the current buffer. This makes modelines safe for transient tweaks. They apply only while that specific file is open and won't leak into your other editing sessions or corrupt your global Vim configuration. Now for the security warning you absolutely need to know. Historically, malicious modelines could execute shell commands through Vim's expression feature using syntax like :cmd. 2 settings control this exposure. Modelineexpr is OFF by default and must be explicitly enabled for any expression evaluation to work. Modelines defaults to 5, meaning Vim scans 5 lines from the top and bottom. In untrusted environments, set no modeling entirely or set modelines to 0 to disable scanning completely. So when should you reach for modelines? They're perfect for project-specific tab widths, encoding preferences, or color scheme hints that travel with the file itself. Avoid them for anything security-sensitive, and prefer project-wide solutions like .editor config files, or your Vimwork when those work better. Modelines are per-file configuration magic. Use them wisely, keep modelineexpr disabled, and enjoy files that format themselves the moment you open them. Vim Modelines let source files declare their own editor preferences directly in a comment. In this demo, we'll create a Python file with a modeline, ask Vim what tabs top it ends up using, and confirm the file's comment is actually applied. We begin with a clean slate using the clear command, which sends escape codes to wipe the scroll back and reposition the cursor. This gives us a tidy stage so the upcoming commands and their output are easy to read. Next we move into /tmp, create a fresh directory called Vim mode, and cd into it, chaining the 3 operations with and so each only runs if the previous one succeeded. This gives us an isolated scratch space to build our test files without polluting the home directory. Now let's look at the contents of mod.py using cat. The file contains a single comment on line 1, a Vim modeline that tells the editor to set tabs top to 8, and on line 2 a simple Python print statement. This 2-line file is the entire payload of the demo. Now the verification step. We invoke Vim with yes for silent X mode, then cecho and tabs top to print the current tabs top value, and CQA to quit all after running the commands. The output is just the number 8, proof that Vim read the modeline on line 1 and applied tabs top equals 8 before quitting. Finally, we confirm the file itself hasn't been mutated by the previous command. We pipe mod.py through head to show its first lines. The output is identical to what we saw with cat, proving the modeline was applied as a runtime editor setting rather than being written back into the file.